Disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was famous for holding his annual 4th of July party in the Hamptons. Now imagine you're a 6-year-old kid and you find yourself a guest there.
Given the description of this video, it is going to discuss some very triggering, potentially, and disturbing details.
It's not on this realm. It is just unfathomable.
This 6-year-old boy was once a guest at Diddy's infamous white party. The disgraced mogul has his arm draped around a young Justin Livtowski back in 1999.
It's a jaw-dropping scandal that no one saw coming. Sean Diddy Combs, the rapper, producer, and iconic music mogul, now finds himself at the center of shocking allegations in a new lawsuit that has set the celebrity circuit ablaze.
He has said there are over 120, several of which include minors. Well, we just received 2 more, one from a 17-year-old and one from a 10-year-old. The first one comes in from the 17-year-old who alleges to be part of the Making the Band reality show that aired in 2000 to 2009. The first day of the audition, during a 101, Combs asked plaintiff hypothetical questions about how to handle pressure. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Combs described these scenarios. He began to essay plaintiff. I don't even know how to read this, guys. Over the clothes, under the clothes, all types of things, touching areas he's not supposed to touch, touching parts he's not supposed to touch.
According to explosive court documents filed just this week, Diddy is accused of drugging and essaying a 10-year-old boy at an audition back in 2005. Yes, you heard that right. A 10-year-old. Pause. Let's rewind to the summer of 2005. Our accuser, identified only as John Doe, claims he was flown to New York City with his parents, starry-eyed and hopeful for an audition with Diddy. Imagine being a kid with a dream, on the brink of what could be a life-changing moment, only to have it turn into a nightmare. In his lawsuit, John Doe claims he met Diddy at a swanky hotel near Madison Square Garden, the very heart of New York glamour and fame. Diddy, impressed by the young boy's talent, allegedly told him he could make him a star. But here's where the story veers into dark territory. Diddy supposedly asked the boy, "How badly do you want to be a star?" Innocent and eager, the child responded that he'd do anything.
And Combs asked to meet with the boy alone before meeting with the family. I would have said no. Why would you let a 10-year-old boy alone with a stranger, an adult? Diddy. Even in 2005, we should have known better. Those parents failed this child, and so many others have failed theirs. Ugh.
According to the court docs, Diddy then had one of his team members hand the boy a soda, something you'd never think twice about, until it's too late. Gasp-inducing pause. Soon after drinking it, the boy says he felt a strange, woozy sensation. He didn't know then, but he suspects now that the soda may have been spiked with GHB or ecstasy. And then, allegedly, Diddy leaned in and whispered, "Sometimes, you have to do things you don't want to do."
What? What? And the meeting was in a hotel room? The parents should be charged too. The consultant took the boy to Diddy's hotel room and left him alone with Sean Combs.
What came next is hard to imagine. The boy claims he was forced into acts he didn't understand, a horrific betrayal of his trust and innocence. He recalls eventually blacking out, only to wake up disoriented with his clothes in disarray. Desperate and frightened, he cried for his parents, but instead of help, he received threats. According to the lawsuit, Diddy warned the boy that if he ever told anyone, his parents would be hurt. Can you even imagine? If this were your child, how would you react? Sound off in the comments. Fearing the worst, John Doe did tell his parents what happened, but instead of going to the police, they kept quiet, terrified of Diddy's power and influence. Who would believe a young boy's word against a global icon?
Combs replied if he told anybody about what happened, he would not be nice to plaintiff's mom and dad. When the consultant came back to get him, she noticed the plaintiff was badly shaken and asked him what was wrong. Plaintiff told her only that he wanted to go back to his mom and dad. Upon the return, his parents immediately noticed he was lethargic and acting differently. Although plaintiff ultimately told his parents what happened, plaintiff and his parents were terrified of the potential consequences of reporting the incident.
But here's the kicker. This isn't the first lawsuit Diddy's facing right now. He's on a downward spiral of accusations and controversy. Just last November, his ex-girlfriend Cassie came forward, revealing a decade of alleged abuse, assault, and even trafficking. Although Diddy settled with her within 24 hours, the whispers only grew louder, and things didn't end there. Following Cassie's revelations, a shocking video surfaced, allegedly showing Diddy assaulting her at a hotel in 2016. His attempts to move past this PR crisis have only fueled the fire. Apologies, denials, more lawsuits, and now this?
I can't take it. I can't take it. Got a 10-year-old. I can't take it. I'm a father of 3. I hope he has a wonderful time in prison where he stays for the rest of his life and he's treated the way that he should be by all of the fellow inmates.
As more accusers step forward, some with incidents reportedly as far back as the early 2000s, it seems the house of cards around Diddy's legacy is collapsing. Just last month, he was hit with charges of racketeering, trafficking, and other serious crimes. He's currently being held without bail at the Metropolitan Detention Center, awaiting trial. And if this latest suit gains traction, it could be the final blow. What's next for Diddy? Is this the end of an empire, or will he manage to weather the storm? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over.